In this session, we address the ultimate tension in modern software, the perceived conflict between security and speed. For too long, we have treated this as zero-sum game, but this is a false dichotomy. Enterprises can enforce absolute release control without slowing down their developers. If, and only if, that control is built into the delivery system rather than being layered on top of it as an afterthought. We must be empathetic to the developer experience. Friction does not come from security, it comes from manual checkpoints. Developers experience governance as a burden when approval are opaque, reviews are inconsistent, and exceptions require a week of meetings. When the process is manual, security is just another word for delay. Our goal is to remove the human bottleneck from the critical path. Many security teams are afraid of automation because they fear losing control. But automation is not the enemy, and controlled automation is. Sorry for that. Automation is what enables velocity. Our objective is to achieve governed automation. We want the pipeline to move at light speed, but we want it to be surrounded by a guardrail of policy that ensures it can only move in the right direction. How do we achieve this? We move to policy-driven signing. In this model, rules decide, not people. We define the logic up front. What is the artifact type? What is the destination environment? What is the risk classification? Has the peer review been merged in GitHub? When these conditions are met, the signature is granted instantly. The review happens at policy level, not at the individual file level. Velocity requires predictability. If a pipeline has to stop and wait for a human to click approve before it can sign, you've already lost the battle. In a governed system, use pre-approval. The intent to release is captured early in the workflow. For example, when a pull request is merged, the signing system simply validates that this approval already exists in the record. It does not pause to ask for it again. To scale, we must shift authority away from individuals and towards the platform. In this architecture, developers and pipelines request signatures, but they do not possess the keys. The centralized system is the arbiter of truth. It evaluates the request against the organization's current security posture and decides in milliseconds whether the signing is allowed. The binary gets the assigned binary and the organization gets its control. When a policy denies a signature, the system must fail fast and fail clearly. There's nothing a developer hates more than a silent failure or a vague access denied message. If a build is not signed because a vulnerability scans fail, the system should tell them exactly that immediately. Clear, actionable feedback prevents frustration and stops teams from looking for shadow workarounds to bypass the system. We can give teams self-service without giving them self-authority. Developers can trigger their own releases, manage their own schedules, and move as fast as they want, provided they stay within the established policy guardrails. They do not need to own the signing keys or manage the certificate authorities to have autonomy. True autonomy is the freedom to move fast within a safe environment. Predictable enforcement is the key to cultural change. When controls are inconsistent or mood-based, teams fight them. But when the rules are clear, automated, and applied to everyone equally, the resistance disappears. Over time, the automated governance becomes the way we work, and the friction between security and engineering evaporates because the rules of the road are hard-coded. We need to stop viewing release control as a gate and start viewing it as a platform capability. Just like developers expect storage or compute to be a reliable service, they should expect trusted release to be a service provided by the platform. When security is a feature that accelerates delivery, by providing automatic compliance and audit trails, it becomes something developers actually want to use. The ultimate enterprise consequence is that velocity and security begin to reinforce each other. Governed systems produce fewer incidents, which means less time spent on emergency hot fixes and rework. By slowing down to build the right automated controls, the organization actually speeds up in the long run because it is no longer constantly tripping over its own managed risk. To conclude this topic, we conclude with this. The first is organization automate trust, not expect exceptions. If you want to achieve true enterprise velocity, you cannot leave your software trust to chance, and you cannot leave it leave it to manual processes. You must build a system where the authority to release is as automated as the code itself. This is how velocity and control coexist.